Peace be with you. Welcome to another edition of Let the Quran Speak. My name is Sophia, I'm your host. Today we'll be looking at the ethics of war. We'll also be taking a look at jinns. If you've grown up in a Muslim household, you must have heard stories about jinns, and we'll be finding out how much of that would be true. We begin as we usually do with a verse from the Quran, and with me today, Brother Shabir Ali from the Islamic Information Center. Brother Shabir, welcome to Let the Quran Speak.
My pleasure to be on.
Now let's begin with the verse, and the verse is from Surah 57, it's verse 20, and it compares the life of this world to the produce that comes from rain. Maybe you can elaborate on that a bit more.
Yes, it's a fairly lengthy verse, and it begins actually by saying, "I'lamu annama al-hayatu dunya la'ibun wa lahun." You should know that the life of this world is only pastime and play, and taking pride in wealth and possessions and in having many children. But these are only passing, just as, for example, a farmer looks at his crops, whereas of course these crops were nothing previously, but the rain came and the vegetation grew. He's just looking at it as the way it is now, and eventually it won't remain like that, because either it'll turn pale on its own, or it'll be harvested, or it might even be destroyed. So what he's looking at the moment is just the way it looks in the middle of the three phases. And the life of this world is like that. Eventually everything passes away, we return to God, and we get the just deserts of what we have done in this life.
So some people look at this verse and say, well, this means that we shouldn't really care about this world at all.
Well, of course, this verse alone might give that impression, but other verses of the Quran indicate quite clearly that the things of this world, the material benefits, are actually blessings from God. Okay. So whether we be children or wealth, these are to be used and enjoyed. But of course, this verse gives us a caution, lest we become preoccupied with these blessings to the extent of forgetting the God who blessed us with them, and thinking that these by themselves are like the be-all and end-all, like the gods themselves.
How do we prevent ourselves from doing this?
Well, there is an idea of the greed that can take control of a person, and the Quran tells us that whoever is saved from his own greed, this is the person who ultimately is successful.
And in the end, God mentions the hereafter and what happens in terms of judgment.
Yes, as for those who disbelieved in God, rejected his teachings, they will eventually be punished by God, and those who believe in God and do that which is right, they will have the everlasting blessings from God, as in contradistinction to the temporary and passing material things that we are enjoying now.
So all that's left from us, beyond any of our achievements, is our good deeds.
Yes, and that is what people should really concentrate on. Too often people become preoccupied with their ambition to achieve the things of this world, and in the end what they have achieved, if they do achieve it, is something that will not remain with them forever.
All right, thank you for that, Brother Shabir.
You're welcome.
We'll take a break, and when we come back we will look at the ethics of war.